Have you ever been jolted out of a deep sleep by a sharp stabbing pain in your foot, only to realize your toe is locked in place, curled tight, and refusing to budge? It's not just discomfort. It's intense. It hits out of nowhere. And for those few agonizing seconds, it feels like the whole world stops. If you're over 60, you might know exactly what I'm talking about. These toe cramps, sudden, painful, and completely involuntary, are more common than most people realize. And they can strike at the worst possible times, in the middle of the night, while you're out for a walk, or even just relaxing at home. Now here's the good news. Most of the time, toe cramps are not a medical emergency. In fact, they're often your body's way of waving a little flag, saying, "Hey, something needs a little attention." That's why in today's video, we're going to walk through 10 powerful, natural home remedies that can help you not only stop a toe cramp fast, but also prevent them from coming back again and again. We're talking detailed, step-by-step strategies, from stretches and massages to foot soaks, hydration, nutrition, and more. All simple, practical, and backed by expert tips that work especially well for older adults. So, if you've been searching for real answers, not just surface-level tips, you're in the right place. Let's begin by understanding what causes these toe cramps in the first place. Because once we know that, everything else starts to make sense. Why toe cramps happen? Toe cramps might seem random, but they usually aren't. Most often, they come down to 3 key things: dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and muscle fatigue. Let's start with hydration. As we age, our body's ability to retain and distribute water changes. And when we're even slightly dehydrated, our muscles, including the small ones in our feet and toes, become more prone to seizing up. That's why one of the fastest ways to ease or even prevent a cramp is simply drinking enough water, or a drink that replenishes essential minerals. And speaking of minerals, electrolytes like potassium, calcium, and magnesium are vital for muscle function. When these get too low, whether from not getting enough in your diet, certain medications, or just everyday stress on your body, the result can be misfiring nerve signals that trigger sudden muscle contractions, aka toe cramps. Finally, there's muscle fatigue and tightness. Even though our feet don't seem to work that hard, they carry us through every step. Over time, without proper care or movement, those small muscles can weaken or stiffen, setting the stage for painful spasms. So, now that we understand the why, let's dive straight into the how, starting with the first and often fastest way to stop a toe cramp in its tracks. 1. Gentle stretching, your first line of defense. When that toe cramp hits, the very first thing you want to do is stretch. It may sound simple, but don't underestimate the power of a targeted, intentional stretch. Because here's what's happening under the surface. That muscle is in a spasm. The fibers have shortened and locked up. And stretching? It does the opposite. It gently pulls those fibers back out, signals your nervous system to relax, and encourages blood to flow back into the area. And this isn't about just pointing your toe and hoping for the best. There are 4 specific stretches that work wonders, especially for adults over 60. Let's go through them one by one. The toe raise. This one's great because it activates the whole foot. Here's how to do it. Stand near a wall or a sturdy chair for balance. Now, slowly lift your heels so that only the balls of your feet and your toes are touching the floor. Feel that stretch along the bottom of your foot? That's what we want. Hold it there. Count to 5 slowly. Then gently lower back down. Repeat this 10 times. And don't rush. The goal is control, not speed. This stretch helps to wake up your arches and build strength where it matters most. The toe flex or point. This one's especially helpful if your big toe tends to cramp. While sitting or lying down, flex your foot so that your big toe points up and slightly back, toward your face. Hold it for 5 seconds. Then slowly relax. Repeat this 10 times. This helps relieve the tension that builds in the tendons running along the top of your foot and ankle. The toe curl, or towel curl. This is a fun one that strengthens and stretches all at once. You can do it in two ways. The first, simply curl your toes under like you're trying to grip the floor with them. Hold that grip for 5 seconds. Then release. Repeat 10 times. The second version, place a small towel on the floor. Sit down, rest your foot flat, and use just your toes to scrunch and pull the towel toward you. It sounds simple, but it's surprisingly effective for building those tiny stabilizer muscles. Marble pickup. A bit of a challenge, but perfect for toe coordination. 2. Massage. The power of touch for fast relief. Let's say the cramp's already in full swing. Your toe feels like it's twisted in a knot, and no amount of stretching seems to loosen it. That's when massage steps in. Not just as comfort, but as an active way to release the cramp and restore calm to the muscle. Now, this isn't about fancy spa techniques or needing special equipment. This is about your own 2 hands, or even a tennis ball, becoming tools of healing. Why massage works. When a muscle cramps, it tightens involuntarily. It squeezes hard, sometimes to the point where it cuts off its own blood supply. That's partly why it hurts so much. Massage helps by doing 2 things. 1, it increases circulation, bringing fresh, oxygen-rich blood into the cramped area. 2, it disrupts the cramp. Applying pressure to the knot signals the nervous system to relax the muscle fibers. And even more than that, massage just feels good. It tells your body, you're safe, you're cared for. Let go. How to massage a toe cramp. Step by step. Start by sitting somewhere comfortable. If it's safe to do so, gently bring your foot into your lap. Or you can place it on a low stool or padded surface. Now, locate the source of the cramp. Most toe cramps are centered in the arch of the foot, the ball of the foot, or right between the toes themselves. Then, using your thumbs, press gently but firmly into the cramped area. Use slow circular motions, not too fast, not too hard. As you massage, move gradually along the foot, from the base of your toes, along the arch, and down to the heel. Try this for a full minute, breathing slowly as you go. And here's a bonus tip. Rolling a tennis ball under your foot can be just as effective. Stand or sit and slowly press your foot down onto the ball, moving it gently back and forth beneath the arch. This acts as a kind of myofascial release, which basically means it helps the tight layers of tissue soften and spread out. As one expert put it, it's like allowing the muscle to melt over the pressure point. And that's exactly what we want. Enhancing your massage with oils. If you want to take it one step further, especially for nighttime cramps, consider using a little magnesium oil or a calming essential oil. Magnesium oil can be sprayed or rubbed into the skin, and because magnesium is one of the key minerals your muscles need to stay relaxed, it may provide even deeper relief. You can also add a few drops of chamomile, geranium, or ylang-ylang oil into a carrier like coconut or almond oil. These essential oils have long been used to promote muscle relaxation and ease tension. Rub them gently into the feet before bed. And not only are you helping prevent cramps, you're also creating a little nighttime ritual of self-care. Something soothing, something you look forward to. Why it matters for seniors. As we get older, our circulation naturally slows a bit. The tissues in our feet might not get as much blood flow as they used to, especially if we're less active or have other health conditions. That's why massage becomes even more important. It's not just about treating a cramp. It's about supporting your body in staying mobile, nourished, and cared for. Even a few minutes of massage each day can improve foot health in the long term. Imagine this. You've just gotten home from a walk around the block. You feel that slight tightness in your foot, the early warning of a possible cramp coming on. But instead of ignoring it, you sit down, take a tennis ball, and gently roll your foot over it for 2 minutes. You feel the tension ease, the warmth return. And just like that, the cramp never has a chance to take hold. It's prevention through awareness, and that's empowering. Massage is especially helpful when combined with the next remedy on our list, something that works on the deeper level of temperature and circulation. Let's move on to heat and cold therapy, and how it can quickly reset cramped muscles when nothing else seems to work. 3. Heat and cold therapy. Resetting the muscle from the outside in. Sometimes when a toe cramp hits, the muscle just won't listen. You've tried stretching, you've tried massage, but that stubborn, knotted feeling lingers. That's when we bring in the gentle, powerful effect of temperature therapy. It may sound simple, and it is, but don't underestimate how effective heat and cold can be in calming a cramp and preventing it from coming back. Because temperature changes everything. Why heat and cold help. Let's start with heat. When you apply warmth, whether it's from a towel, a heating pad, or a warm soak, it signals your muscles to relax. It dilates blood vessels, increases circulation, and softens tight tissue. It's like telling your foot, you can let go now. On the flip side, cold does something different, and equally useful. Cold numbs the area, dulling pain and reducing inflammation. It's especially helpful if the cramp came from overuse or a minor strain. Cold constricts blood vessels temporarily, which can reduce swelling. Then, as the tissue warms again, fresh blood rushes in. Together, heat and cold form a kind of reset button for your muscles. How to use heat therapy. Method 1. Warm towel. Run a towel under hot water, wring it out, and fold it over your foot. Let the warmth soak in for 10 to 15 minutes, replacing with a fresh hot towel if needed. Method 2. Heating pad. Use a low-setting heating pad and rest your foot on it, or wrap the pad gently around the toe area. Always place a thin cloth between the pad and your skin to avoid burns, especially if you have reduced sensation in your feet. Method 3. Warm soak. Fill a basin with comfortably warm water, not too hot, and let your feet soak for 15 to 20 minutes. You can even add Epsom salts. We'll cover that in detail later. The warmth penetrates deeper when submerged and gives a full foot calming effect. This can be especially effective before bedtime if you're prone to nighttime cramps. How to use cold therapy. Method in. Ice pack. Wrap a small ice pack or bag of frozen peas in a thin towel and apply it directly to the cramped area. Hold it there for 15 to 20 minutes. Never apply ice directly to skin. Method 2. Cold compress. You can also wet a towel with cold water and place it in the freezer for a few minutes. Once chilled, drape it over the cramping area for soothing relief. Alternate hot and cold. Contrast therapy. If one temperature doesn't seem to be doing the trick, alternate between the two. Start with heat for 5 minutes, then switch to cold for 2-3 minutes, and repeat the cycle 2-3 times. This causes your blood vessels to expand and contract in a healthy rhythm, increasing blood flow and flushing out inflammation, which can help the muscle relax faster and recover more fully. A note for seniors. As we age, skin becomes more sensitive to temperature, and nerves might not respond the same way they used to. So always test the temperature on your forearm first before applying it to your feet. And don't forget, if you live with conditions like diabetes or neuropathy, talk to your doctor before using heating pads or cold packs. Safety always comes first. Imagine this. You're sitting in your living room when a cramp creeps in. That telltale twinge in your foot. Instead of waiting for it to take over, you reach for a warm towel, fold it over your foot, and sit back. The heat starts to sink in. The ache begins to fade, and your body exhales a quiet sigh of relief. Moments like that matter. They're how you take back control. Gently, naturally. 4. Hydration. The inside-out remedy that changes everything. Sometimes the most powerful remedy isn't found on a shelf or in a foot soak. It's in your glass. Because here's the truth. Even mild dehydration can cause your muscles to spasm, especially the small, hard-working ones in your feet and toes. That's why one of the fastest, most overlooked ways to stop a cramp or prevent one from starting is simply drinking enough fluids. Why hydration matters. Muscles need fluid to function properly. Inside every muscle cell, there's a delicate balance of water and electrolytes, minerals like potassium, calcium, and magnesium that control how your nerves fire and how your muscles contract and relax. But when your body doesn't have enough fluid, whether because of heat, medication, illness, or simply not drinking enough, those electrical signals can get scrambled. The result? Sudden, painful contractions, cramps. And the older we get, the trickier this balance becomes. You might not feel thirsty. You might be drinking coffee or tea, which actually draws water out of your system. And your kidneys may not conserve water as efficiently as they used to. So even if you're only slightly low on fluids, your muscles can start to misfire. What to drink first and foremost? Plain water. It's your body's natural hydrator. Keep a bottle nearby throughout the day. Sip consistently. Don't wait until you're parched. But sometimes, water alone isn't enough, especially if your cramp is linked to low minerals. That's where electrolyte-rich beverages come in. Look for drinks that contain potassium. Helps with muscle contraction and prevents overstimulation. Calcium. Assists with nerve function and stabilizes muscle tone. Magnesium. Calms muscle activity and helps prevent spasms. You don't need expensive sports drinks, just something balanced. You can even make your own electrolyte drink at home with a little lemon juice, a pinch of salt, and a splash of orange juice in water. If you're sweating more than usual, recovering from illness, or taking medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills, electrolyte support is even more important. When to drink. Try to hydrate steadily throughout the day, not just in bursts. Many people, especially older adults, tend to skip water in the evenings to avoid nighttime bathroom trips. But this can backfire. Dehydration during sleep is one of the top causes of nighttime foot and toe cramps. Instead, sip water during the day and have a small glass of electrolyte water an hour or two before bed. That way, your body has the fluid it needs to stay balanced overnight, without overwhelming your bladder. Senior-specific insight. Did you know that after age 60, your thirst mechanism becomes less accurate? That means your body might need water. Without telling you, you might feel fine until your foot curls up in pain during a cramp. So don't wait for thirst. Make hydration a habit. Set a reminder if needed. Keep a water glass at your favorite chair. Pair water with medications. Link it to meals. The trick is making it automatic. Because hydration isn't just about preventing cramps. It supports your heart, your joints, your energy, your brain. It's the simplest form of self-care, and one of the most powerful. Imagine this. You've just finished gardening. The sun's been out, and you've been moving around for a while. You sit down, kick your feet up, and suddenly, a cramp grabs your toe like a vice. But instead of panicking, you reach for a glass of cool water. You sip slowly. After a minute or two, you feel the tightness start to ease. Your body responds to the help it's been quietly asking for. That's how hydration works. Gently, steadily, and often, just in time. So far, we've focused on treating the cramp in the moment. But now, let's talk about what you can eat to prevent those cramps from returning. Because what you put on your plate is just as important as what's in your glass. Let's move into remedy number 5. Dietary adjustments, and how food can become your muscle's best friend. 5. Dietary adjustments. Eat to keep cramps away. Let's pause and ask a simple question. What if your next toe cramp could be prevented? Not with a stretch or a massage, but with what's on your plate. Because food isn't just fuel, it's information. And when your diet gives your muscles the right ingredients, you're much less likely to wake up with a cramped toe in the middle of the night. In fact, one of the most common root causes of muscle cramps, especially in the feet and toes, is a lack of key minerals in your daily meals. Let's walk through those minerals now, and more importantly, where to find them. The cramp fighting trio: potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These three minerals play a central role in your muscles' ability to contract, and more importantly, to relax after contracting. Without them, the signals that tell your muscle to let go don't get through properly. The muscle locks up, and that's when the pain starts. Here's a closer look at each one, and how to get it through everyday foods. Potassium, the muscle communicator. Potassium keeps your cells balanced and your nerves firing smoothly. Without enough of it, your muscles can overreact, leading to spasms or twitching. That's why potassium-rich foods are one of the most important ways to calm your muscles from the inside out. Where to get it? Bananas, probably the most famous potassium source, and for good reason. Spinach, cooked or raw, it's packed with not just potassium, but also magnesium. Broccoli, a powerhouse veggie that supports muscle health, immunity, and digestion. Sweet potatoes, avocados, oranges, all excellent additions, especially for older adults who want to keep meals soft, easy to digest, and full of nutrients. Calcium. The nerve stabilizer calcium isn't just for bones. It's essential for nerve transmission, the very messages that tell your muscles when to contract and relax. Low calcium can make those signals irregular, triggering cramps. Where to get it? Yogurt, soft, easy to eat, and often rich in probiotics, which also help with digestion. Milk, a classic choice, and easy to incorporate with cereals or in a warm bedtime drink. Cheese, in moderation, a delicious way to add calcium to snacks or meals. Leafy greens like kale or bok choy, for those who prefer plant-based options. Tip: some older adults don't absorb calcium from food as efficiently. If you've been advised to limit dairy, try fortified plant milks like almond or oat milk. Just be sure they contain added calcium. Magnesium. The muscle relaxer magnesium is often the missing piece when it comes to chronic cramps, especially those that strike at night. It's the mineral that calms nerve activity, encourages muscle recovery, and prevents overcontraction. Where to get it? Almonds. Just a handful provides a big magnesium boost. Spinach and Swiss chard. Once again, leafy greens steal the spotlight. Lentils. Soft, filling, and great for heart and muscle health. Whole grains, pumpkin seeds, dark chocolate. Small, tasty ways to top off your magnesium levels. Balancing your plate. You don't need to memorize every mineral. Just focus on eating a variety of whole, natural foods each day. A good rule of thumb? Half your plate in vegetables, especially leafy greens and cruciferous veggies like broccoli. A source of protein, whether from lean meats, eggs, beans, or lentils. A serving of healthy carbs, like brown rice, oats, or sweet potatoes. And a healthy fat, such as olive oil, avocado, or a few nuts. This balance gives your body the tools it needs, not just to stop cramps, but to feel energized, steady, and strong. Senior insight: watch your medications. If you take blood pressure meds, diuretics, or cholesterol drugs, it's worth knowing that these can sometimes deplete your electrolyte levels, especially potassium and magnesium. That's why diet becomes even more essential. Food can help refill what medications sometimes drain. And if you've noticed an increase in cramping since starting a new medication, bring it up with your doctor. A simple adjustment, or the addition of mineral-rich foods, could make all the difference. Imagine this. It's dinner time. Instead of something quick and empty, you put together a bowl of spinach, roasted sweet potato, and a little grilled chicken, topped with avocado slices and a sprinkle of sunflower seeds. It's colorful. It's satisfying. And without realizing it, you've just fed your body 3 key minerals: potassium, calcium, and magnesium in one delicious meal. That's the kind of eating that nourishes and protects. Food really is medicine, And when you start seeing your meals as part of your healing, everything begins to change. And speaking of movement and healing, let's shift into our next remedy, one that focuses on keeping the muscles strong and active so they're less likely to cramp at all. 6. Physical activity and strengthening, keeping muscles awake and resilient. There's a quiet truth about the human body. What we don't use, we start to lose. And for your feet, especially your toes, that truth shows up in a very specific way. Weakness, tightness, and yes, cramps. That's why one of the most important ways to reduce toe cramps, not just in the moment, but over time, is to gently move those muscles and strengthen them a little each day. And don't worry, we're not talking about gym workouts or long walks on concrete. This is about light, intentional movement. The kind that keeps your circulation flowing, your muscles responsive, and your body feeling connected from the ground up. Why? Activity helps movement, brings blood to your muscles. And blood brings oxygen, nutrients, and healing. When you move your feet regularly, you're improving circulation, so your muscles don't get starved of oxygen, keeping nerves sharp, which reduces misfires that can cause cramps. Strengthening your arches and toes, making them less likely to seize up from weakness or fatigue. And perhaps most importantly, you're reminding your brain that your feet are still in the game. For older adults, especially those who spend more time sitting or who deal with joint discomfort, these kinds of small movements can make a world of difference. Gentle activities that work. Here are a few of the most effective forms of activity for toe cramp prevention. All gentle, safe, and easy to integrate into your day. 1. Walking. Yes, simple walking. Just 10 to 20 minutes a day, especially outdoors on soft surfaces, gets your foot muscles working naturally. It also stimulates circulation, improves balance, and gives your entire lower body the message that movement matters. If walking outside isn't ideal, even walking laps around your home or hallway can help. 2. Sand walking or barefoot walking. If safe, walking on soft surfaces like sand, grass, or even a thick carpet forces your foot muscles to stabilize with each step. This works those tiny intrinsic muscles in your toes that often go unused in regular shoes. Just be cautious. If you have balance concerns or foot conditions, talk to your doctor before trying barefoot walking. Always prioritize safety. 3. Targeted foot exercises. Here are a few you can try while seated. Great for those with limited mobility or balance issues. Toe spreads. Sit down and spread your toes as wide as you can. Hold for 5 seconds, then release. Repeat 10 times. Heel lifts. While seated, lift your heels while keeping your toes on the ground. Then press your heels down and lift your toes. Alternate 10 times each. Foot circles. Lift your foot slightly off the ground and gently circle your ankle in one direction 5 times, then the other. This lubricates the joint and warms up supporting muscles. Do these in the morning to wake up your feet, or in the evening to settle tension from the day. Senior-specific tip. Make it part of your routine. One of the best ways to stick to these small exercises is to pair them with a daily habit. Do toe spreads while brushing your teeth. Do heel lifts during commercial breaks on TV. Try foot circles while waiting for your tea to brew. The goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. Little moments, repeated often, add up to strong, resilient feet. Imagine this. It's mid-afternoon. You're sitting near the window, sun streaming in, sipping your tea. Instead of just sitting still, you start gently lifting your heels, spreading your toes, circling your ankles. There's no sweat, no effort, just a quiet, intentional rhythm. And what you may not realize in that moment is that you're teaching your body not to cramp. You're keeping those tiny muscles alive and ready. 7. Proper footwear. Support. Where it matters most. Let's be honest. Most of us don't think much about our shoes until they start to hurt us. But here's the thing. If you struggle with toe cramps, what you wear on your feet, every single day, could be making it worse or helping it get better. Because cramped shoes often lead to cramped toes. The wrong footwear can compress your toes, restrict circulation, throw off your alignment, and overwork the muscles in your feet. All of that tension builds up, and at some point, your muscles just snap into a cramp. On the other hand, the right shoe? It acts like a partner, supporting you, cushioning your steps, and letting your toes relax and move the way they were designed to. Why shoes matter, especially as you age. As we get older, our feet change. The fat pads that once cushioned our heels and soles may thin out, arches may flatten, altering the way pressure distributes across the foot. Nerve sensitivity may increase, making even mild pressure feel uncomfortable. And balance becomes more critical, meaning our feet need stability, not strain. That's why your shoes can't just look good. They have to work well, especially if you're trying to reduce cramping. What to look for in footwear. If toe cramps are a concern, here's what matters most. 1. Arch support. A proper arch keeps your foot in alignment, distributing weight evenly. Without support, your foot may flatten, which puts extra strain on the muscles in your toes and arch, often leading to cramps. Look for shoes with a gentle but firm arch built in. You can also purchase orthotic inserts if your shoes don't offer enough support on their own. 2. Cushioning seniors benefit from shoes that absorb shock, especially in the heel and forefoot. This helps reduce fatigue in the foot muscles over time, which in turn lowers the risk of spasms. 3. Toe room. You need enough space for your toes to spread naturally. Shoes that squeeze the toes together, like narrow dress shoes or some fashionable styles, can cause chronic tension. Over time, that tightness becomes a breeding ground for cramps. Go for a wide toe box, meaning the front part of the shoe doesn't taper too much. Your toes should never feel packed in. 4. Flexibility. Without flimsiness. The sole should bend with your foot as you walk, but still offer structure and support. Avoid overly soft, worn-out shoes with no stability. They might feel comfy at first, but they often lead to poor foot mechanics and fatigue. What to avoid? High heels. These shift your weight forward, overloading your toes and tightening the arch. Flat, unsupportive sandals or flip-flops. These offer no arch support and force your muscles to work overtime to keep the shoe on your foot. Old, worn-down shoes. Even good shoes lose their support over time. If your favorite pair feels off, it might be time to replace them. Shoe shopping tips for seniors. Shop for shoes in the afternoon. That's when your feet are naturally a bit more swollen, which gives you a better fit. Bring your own insoles or orthotics if you use them. Try both feet, and always go with the size of your larger foot. Walk around the store. Your shoes should feel good right away. No breaking in required. Imagine this. You've had the same pair of shoes for years. They're familiar, broken in, easy to slide on. But lately, your feet feel more tired. Your toes cramp more often. You decide to invest in a new pair. Supportive, cushioned, roomy. The first time you wear them, you notice the difference. Your arch feels held, your toes have space. And for the first time in a while, you finish a day without even a twinge of tension. That's what the right footwear can do. It turns every step into a step toward relief. 8. Epsom salt soaks. Relax, replenish, and restore. Sometimes your body doesn't just need action. It needs release. That's where an Epsom salt foot soak comes in. Not just as a moment of relaxation, but as a simple, science-backed way to ease muscle tension, replenish magnesium, and even help you sleep better at night. If you've ever felt the calming effect of warm water after a long day, now imagine that, but with natural muscle-calming minerals seeping in, softening those tight, overworked toe muscles, and signaling your whole body to relax. That's the quiet magic of Epsom salt. What is Epsom salt? Despite the name, Epsom salt isn't actually salt. It's a naturally occurring mineral compound made of magnesium sulfate. When dissolved in warm water, it breaks down and is believed to absorb through the skin, delivering magnesium right where your muscles need it most. And since magnesium deficiency is one of the top reasons people get muscle cramps, especially at night, soaking in it regularly can be a helpful addition to your prevention routine. Why it works. Magnesium plays a central role in muscle relaxation. Without enough magnesium, your muscles may stay contracted longer than they should, or twitch and cramp unpredictably. Many older adults are mildly low in magnesium and don't even know it, especially if they take medications that deplete it, such as certain diuretics or proton pump inhibitors. An Epsom salt soak offers a gentle, non-invasive way to top off those magnesium levels while calming the entire nervous system. Plus, the warmth of the soak alone increases circulation, loosens tight fascia, and helps muscles release built-up lactic acid that can contribute to spasms. How to do an Epsom salt foot soak. Here's your step-by-step guide. Fill a basin or tub with enough warm water to cover your feet up to the ankles. The water should be comfortably warm, not hot, especially if you have reduced sensitivity in your feet. Add Epsom salt, about 1/2 to 1 cup for a foot soak, or 2 cups if using a full bath. Stir the salt into the water until fully dissolved. Soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. You can use this time to rest, breathe deeply, or even do a little gentle foot massage while your feet are in the water. After soaking, dry your feet thoroughly, especially between the toes. This helps prevent any irritation or fungal issues, which older adults can be more prone to. You can do this a few times per week, especially in the evening before bed. Some people even build it into their nightly routine to prevent leg and toe cramps from striking during sleep. Want to take it up a notch? Try adding a few drops of essential oils to your soak. We'll talk more about which ones in the next remedy. Or include a few smooth stones at the bottom of the basin to gently press and roll your feet against during the soak. This turns a basic soak into a mini massage, which can deepen the relaxation even further. Senior-specific insight. For those with limited mobility, it can be difficult to lean over or carry heavy water basins. Here are a few helpful tips. Use a lightweight plastic bin that sits on your lap or next to your favorite chair. Ask a loved one to help carry or fill the water if needed. If full soaks are challenging, try a warm compress using Epsom salt water. Just soak a towel in the mixture and wrap it around the cramped area. Even this simple step can bring real relief without overexerting yourself. Imagine this. It's been a long day. Your feet ache, and you can feel that faint tightness in your toes starting to build. You sit down, fill a shallow basin with warm water, stir in a handful of Epsom salt, and ease your feet in. As the heat melts through your soles, as the magnesium begins to work its way through the skin, your muscles soften, your breath slows, and you remember, you're allowed to rest. You're allowed to feel better. Sometimes, healing looks like this: a quiet basin, a moment to yourself, and the power of nature doing its work. 9. Essential oils and aromatherapy. Nature's calm for restless feet. Imagine ending your day not with tension in your toes, but with the soft scent of relaxation in the air, the feel of warmth returning to your muscles, and a quiet sense of peace washing over your body. That's the beauty of essential oils. Used for centuries to promote relaxation, reduce muscle tension, and calm the nervous system, essential oils are more than just a pleasant scent. They're a therapeutic tool, especially when paired with touch or warm water. And for seniors dealing with toe cramps, especially those that strike at night, a nightly massage or soak with essential oils may offer relief that's as emotional as it is physical. How essential oils help with cramps. When absorbed through the skin or inhaled during massage or soaks, certain oils work in several ways. They increase circulation in the feet, helping deliver oxygen to tight muscles. They reduce inflammation, especially useful if cramps are tied to overuse or fatigue. They calm the nervous system, helping your body downshift from stress, tension, or overstimulation. And they may even boost magnesium absorption when used alongside Epsom salt soaks or magnesium oil. Some oils are known for their antispasmodic properties, meaning they directly help reduce involuntary muscle contractions. Let's look at a few top picks for toe cramps. Best essential oils for muscle relaxation. 1. Chamomile. Famous for its calming effects, chamomile isn't just for tea. The essential oil works as a gentle anti-inflammatory and muscle relaxant, perfect for tense toes at bedtime. 2. Geranium. Known for improving circulation and soothing nerve sensitivity, geranium oil can ease both the physical and emotional tension associated with chronic cramps. 3. Ylang ylang. This sweet, floral oil promotes muscle relaxation and emotional grounding. Wonderful for unwinding in the evening and releasing built-up stress that may contribute to nighttime cramping. Other helpful options include lavender, for relaxation, peppermint, for cooling relief, and marjoram, another natural antispasmodic. How to use essential oils for toe cramps. There are two main ways to apply essential oils for relief: massage and soaks. A. Massage method. Start with a carrier oil like coconut oil, sweet almond oil, or olive oil. These dilute the essential oil so it's safe for skin contact. Add 3 to 5 drops of essential oil to 1 tablespoon of carrier oil. Mix gently. Rub the oil between your hands, then massage it into your feet and toes, focusing on the arch, the ball of the foot, and between the toes. Use slow, firm circles with your thumbs, breathing deeply as the scent calms your nervous system. Do this before bed to relax tight muscles and reduce the chance of nighttime cramps. B. Soak method. Prepare a warm water foot bath. Add 1/2 to 1 cup of Epsom salt if desired. In a small bowl, mix 5 to 10 drops of essential oil with 1 tablespoon of carrier oil or unscented bath gel. This helps disperse the oil in water. Stir the mixture into the soak and immerse your feet for 15-20 minutes. The warmth opens your pores. The oil calms your mind. And your feet thank you with soft muscles and quiet stillness. Safety tips for seniors. Always dilute essential oils. Never apply them directly to the skin. If you have diabetes, sensitive skin, or open sores, consult with your doctor first. Test on a small patch of skin to check for irritation. Choose high-quality, pure oils without artificial fragrances or additives. And if scents tend to overwhelm you, start with fewer drops and open a window, or use a diffuser instead of applying topically. Imagine this. You've finished dinner. The sun has gone down. You take a few minutes before bed to rub a warm blend of chamomile and coconut oil into your feet. The scent lifts gently in the air as you massage your toes. And slowly, your body relaxes. There's no cramp tonight. Just comfort. Just care. Just a quiet reminder that your body responds to kindness, even in the smallest of rituals. Now, what happens if your cramp isn't just caused by tight muscles or dehydration? What if it came from a mild injury, like a strained toe joint or overused foot muscles? 10. Rice. When your toe cramp is more than just a cramp. Most toe cramps come and go quickly. They're sudden, sharp, but short-lived. They respond well to stretching, hydration, or a warm soak. But sometimes, that cramp feels different. It lingers. It comes with swelling, or maybe even a little bruising. Or you feel a dull ache after standing too long or misstepping during a walk. That's when you want to consider rice, a classic approach used by physical therapists and doctors to help the body recover from strain, minor sprains, or overuse injuries. And yes, it works for the small muscles and joints in your feet and toes too. What is rice? Rice stands for Rest Ice Compression Elevation. Together, these 4 steps help reduce inflammation, ease pain, and give your muscles the space they need to heal. When to use rice. This remedy is most helpful if your toe cramp came on after physical activity, like a long walk, hike, or standing for hours, feels like it's tied to a strain or mild injury, is accompanied by swelling, tenderness, or warmth. Doesn't fully go away with normal cramp relief techniques. In these cases, your muscle might not just be tight, it might be inflamed, and inflammation needs a slightly different kind of care. Let's walk through each step. 1. Rest. This means taking pressure off the affected foot as soon as possible. Stop walking on it, sit or lie down. Let the tissue settle. Avoid any motion that increases pain, especially toe flexing, curling, or pressing against hard surfaces. If needed, prop your foot up using a pillow or soft cushion to reduce blood pooling. Rest doesn't mean doing nothing forever. It means giving your body a chance to reset, usually for a few hours or a day. 2. Ice. Apply a cold compress or ice pack to the affected toe or foot area for 15-20 minutes at a time. Here's how to do it safely. Wrap the ice pack in a thin towel. Never place it directly on skin. Sit comfortably and elevate your foot while applying the cold. Repeat every 2 to 3 hours during the first 24 hours after the cramp or strain. Cold helps numb pain, reduce swelling, and limit inflammation. Especially helpful if the area feels tender to the touch. 3. Compression light. Compression using a soft wrap or elastic bandage can help reduce swelling and support the muscles while they rest. Just be sure not to wrap too tightly. You should still be able to wiggle your toes and feel warm blood flow. Compression is optional for mild cramps, but if there's swelling or suspected strain, it can offer gentle support and protection as you recover. 4. Elevation. Whenever you can, raise your foot above heart level. This helps excess fluid drain out of the foot and reduces pressure in the swollen area. Try lying on the couch with a few pillows under your leg, or resting in bed with your foot elevated for 20-30 minutes at a time. Even short periods of elevation can help reduce swelling and relieve the dull ache that follows a cramp-related strain. A word of reassurance for seniors. If you're in your 60s or beyond, recovery from even small foot strains can take a little longer, and that's okay. Your body is still capable of healing. It just needs a little more patience and support. The Rice method is gentle, low risk, and easily done at home, with just a few basic supplies. And best of all, it empowers you to respond to your body's signals before a small irritation becomes a bigger problem. Imagine this. You've been on your feet a lot today, more than usual. By evening, your toe cramps up sharply, but this time, it feels different, deep, swollen. Instead of ignoring it, you ease off your feet, wrap a cool pack in a towel, and rest with your foot gently propped up. 20 minutes later, the pain has eased, the throbbing is down, and you feel more in control, because you knew exactly what to do. That's the power of Rice. It's your go-to plan when the usual cramp remedies aren't quite enough. Now that we've walked through all 10 natural remedies, it's important to recognize the line between home care and when it's time to talk to a doctor. Let's briefly cover what to watch for, and when toe cramps may point to something more serious. When to seek medical attention. Knowing when it's more than just a cramp. Most of the time, toe cramps are harmless. They're frustrating. They hurt, but they go away, and with the right care, stretching, hydration, massage, diet, they often don't come back. But sometimes, those cramps are trying to tell you something more. That's why it's so important to listen to your body, especially when things don't feel quite right. Here are a few signs that it's time to check in with your doctor. 1. The cramps are frequent or ongoing if you're experiencing toe cramps daily, or they're interrupting your sleep multiple times a week. That's not just a nuisance. It's a sign that something deeper may be out of balance. This could be a chronic electrolyte deficiency, an issue with nerve function, or even a side effect of a medication you're taking. Either way, you deserve relief, and your doctor can help find the cause. 2. The cramps are severe and prolonged. A typical cramp might last a few seconds to a couple of minutes. But if you're getting cramps that last longer than 10 minutes or feel extremely intense, even after trying heat, stretching, or massage, that's worth investigating. Long-lasting cramps may point to circulatory problems, nerve compression, or other systemic conditions. 3. You notice numbness, tingling, or swelling. If your cramp is followed by a loss of feeling in your toes or feet, a persistent pins and needles sensation, unexplained swelling, redness, or warmth in the foot. These symptoms can indicate nerve issues, inflammation, or even potential circulation concerns like deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Don't wait on this. It's better to have it checked and ruled out than risk complications. 4. You've recently had an injury or trauma. If the cramp began after a fall, twisted foot, or impact, it could be the result of a small fracture, ligament strain, or soft tissue damage, especially in older adults where foot bones are more vulnerable. In these cases, cramps are your body's way of saying, something needs attention. 5. You have a known medical condition that affects circulation or nerves. If you're living with diabetes, peripheral artery disease, neuropathy, kidney issues, or are on medications that affect mineral balance, then cramps may signal a flare-up or imbalance that requires adjustment. Gentle encouragement. Remember, seeking medical care doesn't mean something is wrong. It means you're listening to your body and taking steps to stay ahead of potential problems. And often, the peace of mind alone is worth the visit. You're not overreacting. You're taking care of yourself. You've made it to the end. And now, you're not just hoping for relief. You're equipped with a full, detailed guide to take care of your feet, your muscles, and your peace of mind. We've walked through 10 home remedies. Not quick fixes, but real, practical strategies that work when they're used consistently. Let's quickly recap the core approaches. Stretching, to lengthen tight muscles and stop cramps fast. Massage, to increase circulation and gently break up tension. Heat and cold therapy, to soothe muscles and reduce inflammation. Hydration, to correct internal imbalances and support muscle function. Dietary adjustments, to fuel your body with potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Physical activity, to keep the feet strong, limber, and alert. Proper footwear, to support natural movement and avoid compression. Epsom salt soaks, to replenish magnesium and encourage relaxation. Essential oils, to enhance massage, calm the nervous system, and promote circulation. Rice, to treat cramps tied to strain or injury with rest, ice, compression, and elevation. And above all, you've learned when to trust home care and when to trust your instincts and reach out for medical support. Here's what I hope you remember. You're not helpless in the face of a cramp. You're not stuck waiting for pain to pass. And you're certainly not alone. With just a few changes to your daily habits, a little warmth here, a little movement there, a few extra sips of water, you can make a real difference in how your body feels. Day and night. Your feet carry you through so much. They deserve to be cared for, gently and consistently. So give 1 or 2 of these remedies a try. Tonight. See how your body responds. And most importantly, keep listening to it. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free, and it helps more people just like you discover simple tools for better health. Tell us in the comments, which remedy are you excited to try first? Or, do you have a tip that's worked wonders for your toe cramps? You never know who your comment might help. And remember, your journey toward better wellness doesn't stop here. Take care of your feet, and they'll keep taking care of you. Until next time, stay well, stay encouraged, and stay grounded.